spots are on the left side of the screen. We did hold spot 3 to the side. That was a giveaway spot. Tommy won the giveaway, so congrats, Tommy. You now have 3 spots. So all of your numbers next to your name correspond to the cards you're going to get. Cards are numbered 1 through, I believe it's 200. So any card ending in 4, whoever has that spot, whoever's got the 4 spot, that'd be Tommy. He gets all those cards. So card 4, card 34, card 104, card 144. Anything ending in 4, that's what Tommy would get. Greg, anything ending in 3. Matt, everything ending in 6, and so on. If it's a letter of the alphabet, meaning it's an auto, like Chris Chelios. C for Chris. We go by the first initial letter. So C for Chris, C is the 3rd letter of the alphabet. That would go to the 3 spot. If there's a Chris Chelios auto, and it's not a card number, it's just number is CC, that would go to Greg. So, make sense? Good. We will explain, obviously, as we go with... Oh, let's not bang the camera around there. We will explain as we go with the cards that are not actual numbers, but letters. So, let's get to it. Box number 1. Those that paid for shipping, I will get that to you tomorrow. Most likely in the morning. Depends how the workday goes, but Thursdays are usually a little bit slow, so... Alright, tin number 1. I don't care what anybody says. Actually, nobody's spoken poorly of these yet that I've heard, unless they're just not a Blackhawk fan. But I love these cards. You know them dirty Red Wings, those fans are complaining, saying these are terrible, their cards are good, blah, blah, blah. No matter what they say, they may have Gordie Howe autos in theirs, but we got Bedsy. Alright, what I would love to do is 6 tins. They released tins for the 100th anniversary of the original 6. So all the original 6 teams have a tin coming out in 2026. I'd love to get one of each and do an original 6 break. I think that would absolutely be disgusting. But let's get to this one. Let's see, if I remember right. Was our relic on the right side? We're going to start on the left side. I think our relic was right at the top of the heap on the right side. But now that I say that, it'll probably be right here. Watch. Love these cards. Absolutely love them. All right, good luck, everybody. We are going to start it off with Jonathan Toews. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Chance. Kevin Korchinski. There's a Dustin Byfield. Will Hasek. Love me some Dominic Hasek. On the inserts, the captains. Dennis Savard. Bobby Hall on the Hall of Famer. There is our first parallel, Brent Seabrook. That is not numbered. That is just the bronze parallel. Tony Esposito on the stopper. Good mix there. Each tin will have 2 autos. There will be 1 relic. Should be at least 1 numbered card. Those are going to be blue. And then just a variety of inserts. Yep. See that white there? That's an auto. First auto coming. All right, Craig Anderson starts this off. Corey Crawford. Grant Mulvey in the first rounder. Teuvo Teravainen, a couple goals the other night. Magnuson. Daze. Another Bobby Hall already. Award winner Bobby Hall. Let's see, are those numbered or are those letters? Those are numbers. Give you an idea. That is card 141, so that would go to the 1 spot. That'd be Rhino. There's a Chelly on the record holder. All right, auto time. First auto. Can we figure out who it is without seeing the auto? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Who in the world? Jersey number 8. I do not know off the top of my head. Oh! It is Kurt Frazier. And there we have it. Autos are letters of the alphabet. This is card CF. So this will go to the C spot. That is the 3 spot. That is going to Greg. Greg has our first auto of Kurt Frazier. So total in the break, we're looking at a minimum of 4 autos, 2 relics, 2 numbered, plethora of parallels, and a good time. Oh, Greg, you can hear me, and you can hear that you got, and see that you got the first auto. Kurt Frazier going to Greg. All right, next one. Yeah, I think when I was looking at everything, the Hawks still have the cheapest tin out of all the Centennial teams that have been released so far. I think the Blackhawks are the cheapest, then the Bruins. Red Wings are up there. Rangers are the next ones to come out. We're still waiting on Toronto and the Habs. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? A whole lot of inserts. All right, I thought one of those was going to be an auto again. All right, Jocelyn Tebow starts this pack. Tony Amonte, nice. He was a huge favorite of mine when I was a little one. Kursev. Bobby Hall on the regular. Foligno. Jonathan Toews Award winner. Denny Savard on the record holders. There is a yellow Connor Murphy. Recently traded to Edmonton, Connor Murphy. And capturing a champion, Teuvo Teravainen. What did we get for Connor Murphy? A second round pick, I think? Which, that means somebody from the Ice Hogs is now a permanent fixture with Murphy gone. Is that Wyatt? No. I don't think about that one. Glenn Hall starts the next one. Doug Wilson. Lucas Reichel. Cristobal Huey. There he is. There's my favorite Hawk of all time, Steve Larmer. Ooh, Hossa. Big fan. Chelios on the retired number. Ooh, we've got an orange. Are the orange serial numbered? Yes, they are. That is a Keith Brown on the orange. That is number 32 out of 125. Keith Brown. I don't think we've had an orange before, or if we did, I missed it. But that is a nice low numbered out of 125. Card number 80 going to the 0 spot. That is Jeff K. Jeff K with our first serial number. And then a memorable moments. Look at the old cup. From 1934, that is your Stanley Cup right there. That is card number 3. Greg, you get the 1934 Stanley Cup. They better have made that card for every cup that we've gotten. All right, base Kurt Frazier, Dirk Graham, Brian Campbell, Troy Murray, John Marks, Dirk Graham on the captains, Dirk Graham on the award winner. It's a Dirk Graham pack. Stan Mikita on the yellow. Yellows are not serial numbered. Nice Stan Mikita. And then a memorable moments when the Blackhawks moved into the Chicago Stadium. Old Chicago Stadium, 1929, when the Hawks moved in there. Okay. Yeah, Series 2, today's actually Series 2 release day for Upper Deck. That's a monster release. They're saying it's on par with Celebrini last year, and then Bedsy. That has got Matthew Schaefer's first Young Gun. And also Misa's Young Gun. It does not have Beckett Seneca, but it does have Beckett Seneca cards. I believe the Young Gun will probably be in extended, but those boxes are flying. They're up, I think, around 170 to 180 already. They were pre-sell around 140, which is very high. So be on the lookout for Series 2. If you guys want to break that, let's do it. There's some good stuff in there. Steve Smith starts the next pack. Uh-oh. I didn't notice till right now. We got our second auto already. Kaner, award winner Chelios, Bobby Hall record holder. Franchise's first ever game on the Memorable Moments, November 17th, 1926. Those are just cool cards. I like the Memorable Moments. Tyler Bertuzzi. Dougie Gilmore. Wine list. And our auto. We're going to the 90s here. No, we are not. We're in the 2000s. Nick Leddy. I have not heard of Nick Leddy in a while. It's been a good 10 years since I've heard of the Leddy. Get the Leddy out, man. And what's weird? Both wearing 8 sweaters. One for Frazier, one for Leddy. Leddy. Nick, let's see, what letter of the alphabet is Nick? That would be what? And would be 14. So this goes to the 4 spot. 4 spot, that is Tommy. Tommy has got Nick Leddy. Leddy and Frazier on the auto so far. Still got a relic, still got a blue, which would be out of 65. Hopefully we've got one of the case hits. Case hits are ridiculous. Alright, let's get these situated there. Alright, Brent Sutter. Brian Bickle. Pitbull maniac there. Phil Housley. Zhamnov. Andrew Shaw. There's a Cristobal Huey on the stoppers insert. Glenn Hall, goalie pack starting again. Troy Murray on the award winner. And a yellow of Darcy Rata. I haven't seen Darcy Rata's name in a while. I wonder what a lot of these guys are even doing now. Alright, let's see. Next one. Wendell Clark, Rich Preston, Artie Niemi. There's a Bedsy. We are going to. Did I call him Artie? It's Auntie Niemi. Am I thinking of Artie from Tommy T's? Connor Bedard. Let's get Bedsy. It's crazy to think this is his 3rd year already. If you do a no vet base break, you don't even get Bedards. Jeff Hackett, unless you're requesting. DeBrincat on the Memorable Moments. Magnuson, retired number. There's Makita on the award winner. And a gold of Dave Boland. Capturing a champion. Oh, Dave Boland on the gold. Alright, next pack. What do we got here? We've got a relic. It is. Relic on top. Alright. Al Secord. Goon. He was such a goon. Ed Belfour, Tony Amonte, Hossa on the champion. Versteeg. There's a Goulet. That's not too shabby right there. Alex DeBrincat. Got the cat on the Madhouse Materials. We're going to need a thickie for DeBrincat. I like that. Who got DeBrincat? Okay. Hey, the 1 spot. That goes to Rhino. Rhino, that's a nice one. I do like DeBrincat. That's another one. Another Hawk that we shouldn't have got rid of. But, you know, I mean, I guess we couldn't have kept all of them. Oh, just some of the guys. And Aaron. At least we got Tevu back. A little bit long in the tooth, but we got him back. Alright, Ryan Donato starts us off on the next one. Phil Russell. Dave Manson. Alex Vlasic. Troy Brower. A whole lot of feathers behind Hossa there. 500th goal. Tony Esposito Hall of Famer. Jonathan Toews Award winner. And a Kevin Korchinski on the yellow parallel. Yellow parallels, inserts. Where's our blue? Dennis Hall, Brent Seabrook, Keith Brown, Daryl Sutter, Eddie O. Eddie O did a great job with the U.S. hockey coverage. Marty Turco. How about a little Marty Turco? Bobby Hull, the record holder. Stan Mikito Award winner. And a Haas. Big old Haas again. This time on the yellow record holder parallel. Not serial number, but a nice parallel of Hossa. Actually, is that a letter? Nope, that is card 197. That goes to 7 spot. That is Rhino with that Hossa. Alright, Jason Dickinson starts this pack off. Dwayne Sutter. Phil Esposito. Tony Esposito. The Esposito brothers. Scott Darling. Steve Larmer, record holder. Yep. That's right. He holds records. Chris Chelios on the captains. Hossa on the yellow. That is card number 5. This Hossa. Who's this Hossa going to? Paul K. Paul, there you go. Hossa. Nice. There's a Bedsy. We're going to penny sleeve him on the first rounder. Actually, you know what? I should have told you who had the Bedsies. My bad. On the first rounder insert, that is card number 15. That goes to the 5 spot. That is Paul. The other base Bedsy, that was right in here, was it not? Am I losing it? Yep, there it is. There we go. The other Bedsy, card number 2. The 2 spot, that is Rhino, has the base Bedsy. So, can never complain if you get a Bedsy. Blue, was that the last pack, now that I think about it? Mark Bell. This print is getting smaller and smaller as we go. Duncan Keith. Johnny Aduya. Oh, do you? Terry Rakowski. There's the Breadman. There's a little Panarin for you. Michelle Goulet. Patty Kane on the award winner. Martin Lapointe on the yellow parallel. And another Bedsy. Memorable moments. The first overall draft pick, June 28th of 2023. Who gets the Bedsy first draft pick card? Card 45, Jordan 5. That is Paul K. That's a nice Bedsy right there. That looks like it's the super short print from Series 1 Upper Deck. It looks like it's the same photo, just zoomed in a little. Alright, next one. Stu Grimson. Patrick Sharp. Hide your wife. Keith Carney. Hossa. LaPointe. Eddie Belfour. A little eagle on the award winner. Dirk Graham. There's JR. I was wondering where he was hiding. Yellow JR. Card number 86 to the 6th spot. That is Matt H. And there is yet another for Stanley Cup in 1938. Alright, last pack of tin number 1. This will have our blue. Unless that orange counted as our... I guess you get one numbered card. The orange at 125. Alright. Brendan Saad. Bernie Nichols. Dennis Savard. Dale Talon. Tom Lysick. Duncan Keith on the award winner. Stan Mikita record holder. Tony Esposito on the retired number yellow parallel. And a Marcus Kruger capturing a champ. Alright, that will do it for tin number 1. Let's bring these guys to the back while we open up our second tin. Hey now. There's our empty. Alright, let's get these guys back up front. That's where we're going to put our hits. There's our packs. You know what? Let's start on the right side this time. And let's put the top pack on the bottom. Let's see if they're all in the same spot. I don't think they were the last time, the last couple tins that we did, but maybe I'm goofy. Alright, first pack, second tin. Stan Mikita starts us off. Darcy Orata. I can't even read the print anymore. J.P. Bordelot. Reg Kerr. Look at that Costanza lettuce on Reg Kerr. Stu Grimson. Taze on the captains. Oh, captain, my captain. Eddie Belfour. Stan Mikita on the award winner yellow parallel. That is card 156 going to the 6th spot. That is Matt. Jeff Hackett is on the stopper. All right, gold coming. Patrick Sharp. Keith Carney. Hossa. LaPointe. Kevin Korchinski. Dustin Bufflin on the Capturing a Champion. Eddie Belfour, Hall of Famer. Bobby Hull, record holder. And a memorable moments, Tony Amani gold. What is that? Scores 4 goals in Western Conference quarterfinal game in 1994. That is not numbered, but the gold, card number 21, going to the 1 spot. That is Rhino. All right, so the collation is the same as the first tin. We should not have a hit on this right side because we moved that top pack. Is that how it's going to be? Jonathan Taze, Jeff Shantz, Tavo, Bufflin again, Hasek, Korchinski, Patrick Kane Award winner, Bobby Hull Award winner, and yellow, Craig Anderson. Card number 66 to the 6th spot. That is Matt. Oh, all right, there's a blue, so there is a low number. Is that out of 65? Just so I know. It is. Blues are out of 65. So our numbered is coming. Doug Wilson. So that threw a wrench into my theory that all the hits are on the left side except the relic. Lucas Reichel. Cristobal Huey. There's a Larmer. Is that not focused? And how about there? There we have it. All right, Larmer, Frazier, Martin LaPointe on the captain, Daryl Sutter, record holder, Brad Richards, champion, and our blue to 65, Tony Esposito, record holder. And that is numbered 21 out of 65, going to card number 187. Who's got the 7? That is Rhino. The top spot. 187 on the dial. See? Get a little song too with your break. Esposito. We'll throw that with the numbered guys. All right, next one. There is an Adrian Aucoin. Sorry. Nicholas Yalmerson. Terry Rakowski. Ilya Machekev. Wayne Presley. Hansus. There's a Makita Award winner. And a Bufflin. We've got so many Bufflins, but now we get a yellow parallel. And then Duncan Keith. What do we got here? Wow, is that tiny? Scores Stanley Cup final, title clinching goal in Game 6 of 2015. Keith on the memorable moments. I like those memorable moments. Tough to read for the old man, but... Alright, Yella. Keith Magnuson. Daze. Craig Anderson. Here's Clark Crawford. Tebow. Seabrook scores triple overtime goal in Western Conference quarterfinal in 2015. Hossa on the retired number. Makita on the record holder. Bobby Hull on the yellow parallel. Little Bobby Hull action. That's card number 196 to the 6th spot. And that is Matt. Matt's got some yellow parallels here going. That's a different looking... We have a different looking auto. So this might be a parallel auto. All right. Bobby Hull. Foligno. Glenn Hall. Some shrapnel from the packs. There we go. Glenn Hall, Tony Amonte, Kerset, Bobby Orr, Bobby Hull Award winner. Bickle memorable moments, game tying goal in Game 6 of the finals in 2013, and we got all kinds of red. Is that Sod? It is, Brandon Sod. Inscribed with the number. That is our first Brandon Sod. These were selling for a decent amount last time I looked, but now granted that was 3 weeks ago. We know how things change, but why are we not focusing all of a sudden? Am I moving around way too quick? Let's get that out of the way then. There we go. A little Brandon Sod. Inscribed with a little 20 on there. That's nice. Ooh. That is an actual card number, too. That is card number 90. Who has the 0 spot? 0 right in the middle. Jeff K. Jeff, how about a Brandon Sod? That, I'm going to have to look that up after this break. He was selling for a decent amount. Nice auto right there. Brandon Sod for Jeff. This one feels a little... Why does this one feel weird? I don't know. Alright. This print is so small. Oh, Jim Pappin. Paul Coffey. I forgot he spent a minute on the Blackhawks. Here for a cup of coffee, if you will. Dave Bolin. JR. Connor Murphy. So long. Esposito. Makita. Hasek on the yellow. Hasek, card number 94. Tommy's got the Dominic Hasek. Love me some Hasek. And there's another Sod. Memorable moment, game-winning goal in Game 4 of the Cup Final in 2015. All right, this side, we'll have another auto and a relic. This was the top pack on the right side originally. This is what I thought had the relic in it. It has an auto. All right. And it looks like it is another one of the red autos. Let's see. Frank Nazar on the first rounder. Carl Calder. Chris Chelios. Oh, God, I can't. Patrick Liney. Wow. This is our first Probert, I think, out of 4 or 6 tins we've opened. Marty Turco. Phil Esposito, Hall of Famer. Tony Esposito, record holder. And red. What do we got? Oh, we just had him in a regular one. Rich Preston. That's a good-looking auto. Look at that man. Sounding like he's Pierre Palat. Rich Preston. And that is one of the regular card numbers, not one of the letters of the alphabet. That is 96. Card number 96 going to the 6th spot. That is Matt. Matt with a nice Rich Preston. I dig that auto. Tell you what. The autos on the red cards absolutely pop. I mean, all autos are great. If you kind of like the jersey look a little, I get the whites, but I like the reds too. Not gonna lie. Dig the Preston auto though. Still got a relic coming. Hopefully we can get a case. How about a Bedsy out of 24 is our relic? Is this our relic? That sure looks thick to me. Nope. All right. Troy Murray, John Marks, Bertuzzi, Graham, Campbell, Doug Wilson Award winner, Paul Coffey Hall of Famers. Oh, we got a yellow. That's our extra card, a Temi Panarin on the award winners. And a Dave Boland, game-winning goal in 2013. All right, Dougie Gilmore, Eric Weinrich, Steve Smith, Patrick Kane, Phil Housley, Stan Mikita, Denny Savard, Corey Crawford on the yellow parallel, and a Dominic Hasek on the stoppers. All right, let's keep getting Haseks. Picked the wrong jersey to wear today. Should have wore a Blackhawks jersey. I'm wearing a Gretzky jersey. All right, Brent Sutter, Brian Bickle, Jason Dickinson, Alexei Zhamnov. There's another Shaw, a coin, Duncan Keith Award, Dirk Graham on the gold parallel, collects hat trick, Game 4 Stanley Cup Final in 1992. That was on Sports Vision, or as they called it, Hawks Vision. You had to pay for it. It was ridiculous. Nolan Allen. Now you got to pay for everything, but at that time, people lost their damn minds. We're going to save that relic for one of the last two packs. Dwayne Sutter, Phil Esposito, Tony Esposito, Scott Darling, Brandon Saad, Esposito on the retired number, Marion Hossa record holder, Doug Gilmour on the yellow parallel for the captain's insert. Andrew Shaw scores triple overtime goal in Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final in 2013. Remember that one. Relic's going to be in the last pack. We went from the top pack to the bottom pack. Cliff Coral. Wow. Nick Leddy. Grant Murray. Panger. Andrew Ladd. Glenn Hall on the retired numbers. Patrick Kane Award winner. Dominic Hasek. Hall of Famer yellow parallel. Nick Leddy. I mean, the way this is going, it's going to be a freaking Hasek relic. Let's see, should be, there it is. There's our thickie. Madhouse material again. Okay, I think that's the only relics they have. Corey Crawford, Game 6 shutout to clinch Stanley Cup win in 2015. Steve Sullivan, Eddie Belfour. Marcus Kruger. Dennis Savard on the record holder. Chris Chelios, Hall of Famer. All right, now for... Really? Is the light not hitting this right? Why are we having such issues today with focus? There it is. All right. For our relic. Let's see if we can figure this. Okay, I already saw it because the name was at the top. Love it. Multi-patch of the Breadman, Artemi Panarin. 2-color patch. Love it. Love it. The Madhouse Materials Breadman. Is that going to go to the A spot? It is. Madhouse Materials, card number AP. A is the first letter of the alphabet. That goes to the 1 spot. That is Rhino. Rhino with the Panarin. So Rhino got both relics. Panarin on the 2-color. DeBrincat on the 1-color. Both letters starting with A, so those both go to the 1 spot. Nice. Nice 2-color there. All right, let's do a quick hit recap. All right, so for our serial number cards, the blue, number 21 out of 65, Tony Esposito. Card number 187, going to the 7 spot. That is Rhino. Orange out of 125 is Keith Brown. That is number 32 out of 125. Card number 80 to the 0 spot. That is Jeff K. Rhino actually had both relics because both players start with the letter A, and both cards, the numbers start with the letter A. First letter of the alphabet goes to the 1 spot. DeBrincat and Panarin. 2-color patch on the Panarin, 1-color red swatch on the DeBrincat. Autos. Rich Preston. I love this auto. That is card number 96. That goes to the 6th spot. That is Matt H. Brendan Saad. This is a decent auto right here. Actually, they're all decent because, I mean, if you're a Hawks fan, every one of these is great. I wouldn't complain about any one of these autos, relics, any one of the cards. I actually just love the cards. Brandon Saad, card number 90 to the 0 spot. That is Jeff K. All right. Nick Leddy. Well, Are they all inscribed with the jersey numbers? No. Rich Preston, no jersey number inscription, and Frazier, none. But Letty and Sod both inscribed their jersey numbers. Nick Letty, that is N. Was that 14? Is that what it was? Yes. 14, so that goes to the 4 spot. That is Tommy. And then Kurt Frazier, first auto we pulled, last one we show. Card number CF. C is the third letter of the alphabet. That goes to the 3 spot. That is Greg. All right, we spread that out nicely. Thanks, guys, for filling that up there at the last minute. Like I said, I am going to list a fun cheapie with monster potential next. It's going to be $11 a spot. We're going to do a football break because football is getting harder and harder to find. And it's because Panini's losing the license in 27 days. So Topps will be out in April. I believe it's Topps Chrome is the first product they are releasing. But we will do this nice cheapie while we're waiting. I'm going to post a poll so we can figure out, do you guys want to do the pucks? Do you want to do Series 2 hockey? Do you want to do any hockey? Do you want me to find some more 2026 football? Maybe mix in a 2025 that we got a chance at Caleb or Rome like we did the mixer with the Megas and the Blasters. Do you guys want to do basketball? Do you want to do non-sport? You guys let me know. We're going to put up a poll. I want you guys to throw... I'm going to only put in the pucks and a baseball mixer. I'm going to only put 2 things in. I want you guys to throw in whatever options you want. And vote for whatever you would get in. If you wouldn't get in it, don't vote for it. Then it just tells us what to get, what not to get. But I got a feeling we could sell these pucks out. The way we hit the pucks, we can do some damage. Like I said, it's $45 a spot, 12 pucks. Every puck is autographed. You guys, most likely all of you that were in this have been in a puck break. You know how it works. So let's do the pucks. But let's do whatever you guys want to do as well. So baseball, football, basketball, hockey, non-sport, soccer, Formula One, UFC, WWE, all have new products out. So you let me know. We'll get it. We will see you guys soon. Thanks again for filming this. See ya.